Do you need fast funding for your small business? We provide quick small business funding from $500 today and up to $2 million in 48 hours. Our loan programs are limited documentation and very easy to qualify. Let's figure out how much you need, as our programs are not credit score driven. At DAC, we are passionate about helping entrepreneurs, which is why we created a digital one-stop solution for business funding. With one-on-one support from our team of funding experts, we simplify the funding process with one simple application that only takes minutes to complete. Imagine the possibilities when you have the right financial support at your fingertips. Funding from DAC will allow you to focus on growing your business. Our funding can be utilized for a wide range of purposes, including purchasing inventory, upgrading equipment, expanding or renovating, or simply pay down operational costs. Complete the application, get a decision, receive your funds, and lower your stress level. Happy funding.
All right, in this training, we're going to talk about the 4 alternatives a business owner has for capital to grow their business or get through a tight pinch, and why DAC is the best source 80% of the time. So here's an example. You got a restaurant owner who wants to add a patio. They want to add more seats. You know, they say the average restaurant seat generates about $20,000 in revenue per year. So the more seats you have, the more revenue you're going to do. So this restaurant wants to add a patio. They're going to need $100,000. Well, maybe they are in a tight pinch and they need $100,000. Maybe they want to buy another location. Maybe they want to buy a new oven. Doesn't matter the use of funds. This is just an example. But let's say they need that $100,000. What are their 4 choices? Well, number 1, they've got their own savings, their own working capital. If they've got it, they use it, and we move on. We can't help them. Or maybe they have friends and family who are willing to give them the money, and the business owner is willing to deal with the pressure of owning a friend money and the guilt of taking a vacation while still owning that friend money. Or maybe they'll sell part of their company and bring on a partner through friends and family. But so those are 2 alternatives that business owner has, right? And then the third alternative is the big bank. Well, the big banks are great for some people. First of all, you have to have great credit. And if you have great credit and you want a big loan, they're really good. But here's your 4 ways a bank can help a business owner. Actually, there's 3 that they help a business owner. 1 is a credit card. Generally, as long as you have a good credit score of at least 670 or 700 above, you can get a credit card from the bank. But it's usually, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000. And if you're a business, you're not going to get a credit card unless you've been in business several years, right? The second way is what they call a revolving line of credit. It acts just like a credit card. It's just a higher balance or a higher approval amount. And that's approved by the bank themselves. Again, you generally have to have a 700 credit score or higher, which rules out over 80% of the business owners out there. And also you have to be in business for at least 1 or 2 years. And you have to be doing a lot of revenue. So that rules out, again, 80% of the businesses. The third way a bank could help is a bank loan. Now, there's 2 things about a big bank loan. Number 1, they want it to be at least $500,000 or more before they want to get into looking at it. And also they want collateral. So you have to put up your building there, as you see, either your house or your building or your property. So you need collateral to cover the loan. If you're borrowing $400,000, $500,000, you need to have $400,000 in equity available to pledge for your loan in case you don't pay it back. And again, they don't want to touch a loan under $500,000. It costs them too much time and aggravation in underwriting. And so these 3 things are your options for a business loan. Again, only about 20% of the business owners out there can utilize these. The 4th way, though, a bank can help, and they can help more with, is what they call a real estate loan. And it's really not a business loan. It's the business owner takes a personal loan against their house. So they've got home equity. They own a house that's worth $300,000. They only owe $150,000. They've got $150,000 in equity, and maybe the bank will say, hey, we'll give you $100,000 against that $150,000 in equity. Let's take a second mortgage. So it's really a real estate mortgage. But these are options for that business owner. So that's what a bank is going to help them with. And in many cases, those are significantly, if a business owner only needs $7,000 and they can get approved for a line of credit, good for them. They should. But if they need $100,000 in this case, they can't get a line of credit, they can't get a big business loan, and they don't have equity in their home, and they don't have good enough credit to qualify, which now we're down to 80% of the businesses in America can't qualify for what you're looking at right there. 80% cannot qualify. So where do they go? Well, that's where we come in, alternative business capital providers. Alternative capital providers are easy for businesses to get approved. They look at your cash flow more than your credit scores.